Welcome everyone. Today we've got an extra special episode of Wisdom and Laughter with DZAR to share with you. And today we're going to be sharing information that DZAR has been bringing forward, and it's really such fabulous, fascinating, deep, rich information. So we decided to share this with you today. If you are feeling really deeply drawn to the information that's shared today, it's highly likely that this is your spiritual lineage. And so today DZAR is going to share with us the birth of the first shamans and the energy of the first 5,000 who came forward to begin this at a time where humanity was really disconnected from the earth, from their spiritual understanding of themselves and the understanding of the universe and all that is. So welcome Mary, and DZAR is already with us so that we can get lots of time and to share as much information with you as we can in the time that we've got together today. Welcome.
Morning, Claire, thanks. So you're right, Claire, this information is really beautiful that DZAR's been sharing, and it's really taking the frequency that they've been working with us over the last 6 years to a very different level, and it's information that at this stage no one else on the planet is sharing, and it really is about who we were 70,000 years ago, the role we all played, and the role we've come back to play again at this time. So I'll let DZAR tell the story of the first campfire and the birth of the first shaman. So welcome, DZAR.
Welcome, young ones. So, you wish to understand the first campfire? So, let us begin this, young ones. Let us begin this story to allow you to answer many of your own questions of self. That sense of you feeling different, that sense of you feeling that there is such a purpose, a mission for you upon this planet. It is something that has been there with you for so long. And it has also been something that you have all struggled with for so long. And let us begin this story of why. As humanity began, you see, everything has an awareness. You call it a light. But for a light to be triggered, the awareness has to be enlightened. As humanity stood in, we won't be overly specific within dates, because then all you do is focus upon that. So let us say in the 70s, 70,000 odd years ago, two things happened. First, the physiology of the human changed, their brain changed, and then came forward the first 5,000. After some time, the first 5,000 came forward to this planet. They are expressions of creation. They are divine light. They are the expression of all that is manifest into, you could say, a sort of physical form. Quite tall, sort of semi-transparent, and rather colourful. But not all beings could see them. There had to be a form of human that already had an awareness and enlightenment. And for so many of you, that was you. They were beings that were part-dimensional beings. Well, back then they were completely dimensional, and then you came into human life. Your first life, over 70,000 years ago, your first life as physical. And so you lived as physical, you became physical, You had to allow your dimensionality to step to one side. But you knew this, you were okay with this. And then you see, as you were, you could say, being consumed by your physicality. The first 5,004 in total came forward to this earth. They came forward with the purpose to turn on that awareness, to turn on that light within humans, all humans. Because as you were going, young ones, your earth would not have lasted very long at all. Because you had no awareness, you had no connection truly to nature, it was purely survival. Something needed to be created to manifest the stories of connection, to manifest your awareness of self. It was you, the first shamans, as you understand them. The ones that hold spirit, self, and nature together. And so all that time ago, you were living in your physical world, and you felt this breeze, this brushing upon your face, this brushing of awareness, this breeze that made you tingle all over. Because you had remembered it. You had felt this feeling before when you were dimensional. There were 3,400 of you who came forward from dimensionality into human. You're still human now. But that memory was so strong within you, and it is what you felt. And as you felt it, it allowed you to see the first 5,000. And that was the beginning of the first campfire. Young Mary, why don't you begin to also describe this first campfire?
Well, the first campfire was a really powerful reunion, energetically and physically, of the dimensional beings with the first 5,000 members, the 4 that came from the first 5,000. And it was around the campfire that the first 5,000 returned us to our memory of our dimensionality. And as we remembered our dimensionality while still being human and physical, we stepped into our shamanism. And we then returned to our villages, to our tribes, to our communities, because we'd come from all over the planet. And we returned to our communities as these shamans to remind them of the light that was in them and waiting to be lit, waiting to be felt. And it's fascinating because that's the role that so many of us are playing today. Whatever the role is we do in our physical world, whether we work in a spiritual area or we work in day-to-day life and we think that they're separate, we're actually all still being the bridges that we were back then, the bridge between the energy of the divine, of the first 5,000 and creation, and the physical human who hasn't yet remembered that they are that lineage as well.
All of you young ones, you feel it within you. You have all had such an incredible connection to this story. Yet it is also, at one level, so big to believe. And it is not about whether you believe it or not. It is about how you feel. It is about that knowing within you that you are a pivotal point of humanity, that you are integral to its growth, that you have always been. In that beginning, in that first campfire, you brought nations together. The people that were scattered, you came to 4 places upon your earth, and you created extraordinariness. You brought tribes together that had never seen others. You created community. You created structure. You worked in collaboration with nature to manifest this structure. You told stories, you healed, you created community, you created sameness. And the difficulty you have all had through these lives that you have led is what happened, you see. Is through all the beauty that you created, with all that you gave of yourself to so many, and you still do. When the cities crumbled, when that part of human returned, that sense of self where you have to have what the other person has, when you have to take from another to be better than, to be bigger than. When that began to overwhelm your cities, your nature, it was too much for you all to cope with. And you have spent thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years dealing with all that, young ones, with all that you created and with all that you saw the potential that humanity could manifest, and then how they could also easily throw it away. You have all been there in the most important parts of your world's history. And you have all helped. You have all been a part of this extraordinary journey. And you all wait. You all wait like extraordinary, aware little caterpillars, waiting until you feel humanity beginning to birth. So that you can release yourself from this self-imposed cocoon, so that you can come forward. But you're getting a little impatient. You're starting to scratch away at the little sides of it and think, oh goodness, we can't wait for too much longer. And you want to burst forward. This is what you are all feeling. You all understood your 2012 was just purely a focus point. The old world was ending and the new world was beginning. You are here to continue what you left off so long ago. More than 70,000 years ago, young one. When the world exploded, you could say, 74. There were truly only a few keys left in the whole of your world. Key humans. Shamans, beings that you taught that felt your sameness, were left. Many perished. But you continue to remember you. You have always done so, young ones. And this is your story. Oh, quite condensed, of course. We only have a little bit of time to tell you what you've been doing for the last 70,000 years. Oh, goodness. See how restrictive time is. What do you say?
And it's that beautiful feeling, which is why ZAR's created the campfire community that so many are being drawn to, where we do have these online gatherings where ZAR's teaching us again to return to our shamanic roots, to return to that lineage and that knowing, and it's part of the information that will be in the new book, The Wisdom of the Ancients, and it's what we do in the retreats. So everything now that ZAR is bringing forward is focused on us not having to scrabble to get out of that cocoon, but to allow ourselves just to expand beyond the restriction that we've been living in for such a long time, and return to the memory of who we are and to begin to live from that, and then to share that, to be that in our lives and be that catalyst, that bridge again between human and spirit. So it's really very beautiful information and very powerful, the people that are starting to work with it, what they're noticing.
There's a sound within all of you. You've heard it, haven't you, for some time? You're not totally sure what it is, but it just rings within you. It's a calling, you see. Because it is how you used to work with your nature. It is how you used to work with energy. You are not constricted by your rituals. yet you allow yourself to be. You all have a memory of your freedom, and it is what you wish to return to. It is why we are here. You created the first campfire of humanity. You turned on the light so that humans could become aware of themselves, so that they could change their world, become a part and live with their world, not work against it. And we understand it is what it looks like. That so much of humanity is working against their world. But you have all begun to scratch little holes in your cocoons. And you are beginning to tell them it is not the way it is. For shamans, you see.
Thank you. There's so much more to the story, but that gives people a real feeling of the frequency and the beauty of it.
Thank you so much, Mary and ZAR, and Gary, who's allowed us to have this information shared today. It's just such profound, wonderful, extraordinary information, and I know in my own life it's just been really the catalyst for me to start, spreading my wings and flying within the world. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and I will put a link to places where you can find out more about the campfire, and also Mary and Gary are offering a very special offer at the moment over on their website, where you will get every week a frequency quote from ZAR delivered to your inbox, and they will share the first 5,000 meditation with you, so you'll have a meditation to start working with. And then when the fourth book is ready to be released, you'll be one of the first people to hear about that and to get the first chapter emailed to you as well, which is pretty exciting. So welcome to all those people who are really feeling drawn to this information, and I really invite you to start to explore more and to start to journey with us as we really all unfold and open together. Thank you everyone. Bye for now.